Hey everybody, it's Dr. Golden of Weight and Gold, and I thought it would be fun today as I'm opening my lunch to pull Aryn in to get some feedback, to learn a little bit more about what I'm eating and what she thinks as a registered dietitian that is centered on patients working on their health, but also enjoying their food. I just want to get her insight on this. So we're in different locations. She's in the Madison office and I'm in Watertown. So this is my lunch. Oh, if I can get, there we go.
Okay.
This is a factor meal. So it's one that comes pre-prepared that we order. And this is salmon, if you can tell. And this is like black beans and I think some red peppers, some corn, and some sauce. And these are sweet potatoes and peppers. I gotta be honest with y'all, I don't like sweet potatoes, but I'm gonna eat them. It's kind of like a consistency thing. We'll see what Aryn has to say about that. In addition to, there's this sauce, I don't really know, maybe ranch. I imagine, who knows. And I always personally have some type of hot sauce because it's one of my personal ways to add flavor to my food that I like, but sometimes it upsets my reflux and things, so I have to balance it. So Aryn, I don't know, what do you think?
Well, first and foremost, you have a lean protein that offers some good healthy fats. I love a salmon.
Okay.
It offers, those.
So that's the salmon. The salmon is like our lean protein here. Okay. And definitely. Healthy fat. Yes. How do I know that the fat is healthy?
So salmon just naturally has healthy fats. It has omega-3 fatty acids. It's considered a fatty fish. And that's really great for great for satiety. Right? We're getting more satiety from that lean protein. Yes, it's still considered lean, even though it's
fullness.
Fat. Yes. Fish get their omega-3 fatty acids from eating, like the saying, you are what you eat. It really comes into play with fish. They're getting those omega-3s from eating and taking in, I think it's the, oh God, now I'm blanking, but
you're on the spot for this,
seaweed, right? The seaweed, the other nutrients within the water that they're consuming while they're swimming.
So they're taking in healthier food, so it creates it to the fish that we're eating as healthier rather than some fish that maybe don't take in healthier options. Is that the idea?
Yeah. Okay. And it comes down to the biological factors of the fish too. Some fish are going to have more healthy, more fatty acid, omega-3s within their meat than some other ones. Tilapia it's still a great lean protein. It just doesn't have as much omega-3 fatty acids, but it does have some.
Okay. Yeah, because sometimes it's all about what do you like? What are you willing to eat? Can we get as much healthful things in as possible? Cool. So what do you think about the black bean, corn, maybe onion, red pepper mix here? What are those? Are those proteins? Are they carbs? Are they fats?
Yeah. So those black beans are going to give you a good mix of the protein, the fiber, and carbohydrates. So it's going to, with that balance, you're going to get a little bit more satiated as well, right? Getting that balance of fiber and protein together. And plant-based proteins are awesome to consume. And sometimes it's hard to just consume plant-based proteins in a meal where sometimes we don't feel like we get enough protein for that satiety. And we might be feeling hungrier later on. Doesn't mean that we can't do it. We just might have to have a variety of them.
A larger volume potentially too, or maybe more often or. Okay.
Right, exactly.
And is fiber meaning kind of benefiber? I feel like a lot of people ask us that. Is that what we're talking about? Is that fiber or?
Yes and no. So benefiber still gives you that fiber, but these fibers are coming directly from the foods. So we're getting that fiber within that food source. So fruits, vegetables, beans specifically, whole grains are going to give us those different fibers, both soluble and insoluble fibers. So it's going to help with us with digestion, regulating our blood sugar, and actually our cholesterol too.
See, now you're bringing the chemistry into it with the soluble and insoluble stuff.
Yeah.
So what do you think about sweet potatoes being a potato, but are they really that kind of potato? I love that they've put the little jalapeno peppers in here because that helps me eat them. And how do you work with people like me? I definitely have learned over time because I hate vegetable. I grew up not liking vegetables. So I've had to learn to balance the difference between dislike, like, and indifferent. So thoughts on sweet potatoes and how someone works with foods that they kind of don't feel like they like.
Right. I'm kind of on board with you. Sweet potatoes are not my go-to. It's funny because I have sweet potatoes in my lunch this week too. And it comes down to—
They're not terrible.
They're not terrible. And some people love them. My husband is one of them. And I'm like, I'll eat them here and there, but I don't want them every day. And sweet potatoes are, you're still going to get some good carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are going to give us energy to get through the day. So we're not having, just a lull. So it's giving us some energy. Sweet potatoes are going to offer some fiber. It seems kind of crazy, but having it with the skin on, yes, you can eat skin of sweet potatoes. Will give you more fiber, right? That fiber is helping with that fullness, helping with digestion. And sweet potatoes also offer, because of that orange color, very similar to like how carrots give us like, I'm going to say it wrong, like carotene.
Look at my face while I'm eating them. Oh, the carotene, beta carotene?
Yeah, carotene. So it's a flavonoid or a basically it gives it the color, but it also gives us some good nutrients within it. But yeah, when I'm working with patients that don't like vegetables, or kind of like you mentioned, like they're not horrible, but like I don't love to eat them. It's how you prepare them. So you mentioned like having the peppers within it helps you to want to eat it more. Yeah, because it gives it more flavor.
I just added some hot sauce to it, which makes a big difference. It really helps for me personally.
Yeah, and I like sweet potatoes to like make me feel like I'm eating something sweeter. So I actually roast them in the oven with a little bit of avocado oil on them with cinnamon. So I'm not adding sugar, but I'm adding a flavor that like I perceive as sweet, the cinnamon, and so it makes it a little bit more fun in my meals.
I like that flavoring food and those differences, because sometimes when I get bored with food or maybe I don't like it a certain way, I'll change between savory or sweet. And I think a sweet potato is a great example of that. Like I've had kind of chipotle flavored mashed sweet potatoes. I find that much more appealing than the sweeter cinnamon forms of sweet potatoes. But that's me. I know people that love the sweet. But I love that neither one of us love sweet potatoes, but we're both working that into our plan this week. And it also helps with variety. If we only eat foods that we love all the time, at some point we will get bored in a whole lifetime, right?
Oh my gosh, absolutely. And I see that so much with our patients too, that they're like, oh, I've been eating the same thing over and over again, and I'm so bored of it, and I don't want to eat it, and I'm avoiding it completely. And it's like, well, why don't we mix it up? Why don't we try, maybe we're going to try, I don't know, beets the next week. I just grabbed some from the farmer's market in Madison. So it's like trying a different thing the next week or within that week to mix it up. Or we cook our sweet potatoes differently. Maybe we slice them really thin and make our own sweet potato chips.
I like that. See, I can eat them that way. It's a texture thing, right? So we got to play with these different opportunities. And I have to tell you, I think the only way I've been able to trick myself into beets is I'll put them in smoothies and then I can get them in. But I know there's some concerns there with kind of the changing how rapid our body absorbs them. But sometimes we have to give ourselves tricks. So what I'm hearing from you is I've got some good lean protein with the salmon, some healthy fats, a good balance with fiber and carbs, and some protein and all with the beans with my corn and beans, using a lot of onions and peppers for flavor. Got some sweet potatoes in here as well too. I'm not going to use this is flavorful enough. This could add some different value to my meal, but I feel okay with it. Anything I'm missing here that you would like to see, or is this a pretty good option?
When you are done with that, do you feel satisfied?
Mm-hmm. Usually I can't. If I take the time to pay attention and I'm not distracted by food, often I can't finish, and I'm pretty satisfied, and maybe I'll have some for later. If I'm distracted, I might eat the whole thing and then be like, oh, now I kind of feel like I need a walk. So yeah. It is good because I think definitely not all meals I get from Factor are that way, but I think with this one specifically, just with the variety that's in here, I think like you're talking about that fiber, the dietary fat, the protein, it's just a good balance. And I think too, with all the different textures and different flavors, I'm mentally satisfied.
Right.
Because there's so much going on to where I kind of get that sensory satisfaction.
I'm wondering if so you said that there's some good texture. Do you have anything crunchy in there?
The way they cooked, you probably can't tell, but the way they cooked the corn, the corn still has a good little crunch to it. The corn is not really very mushy. And I think that's what has been able to give that. And the black beans have a good bit of firmness still.
Okay. Okay. I could see that, like, you're finding some good texture in there, but some people might be like, this is all just like way too mushy. Mm-hmm. I would say add your own crunch. I've been really into like pepita seeds right now. So like they're basically pumpkin seeds or just standard pumpkin seeds, and adding a little bit of the pepita on top of that adds just like a little extra crunch, but it will also add some nutrients, some color, some protein. So it like gives it a little extra boost. So
I like that.
Thought is like you might want something crunchy, because like even when I have a soup, I feel like I need something a little crunchy with it.
Right. Because sometimes we need that mouthfeel. We need to chew and bite and get that sensation. And I like that, because my go-to would have immediately been like, well, do I have tortilla chips to make it crunchy? But I love the idea of putting those pepita seeds on.
Yeah.
And I think that would work out well. Awesome. Well, this has been entirely helpful. I am looking at this very differently, and I think it's been a good option for me.
Yay, I agree. And adding, the little hot sauce adds a little bit more of that spice factor. So it's like it's giving you more of that enjoyment. And so we need enjoyment in our food, even if it's just for to get us through the day.
Thanks. Love it.